let's move everything. There we go. How are the levels? Oh, they look relatively okay. Sure, I'll take it. Hi. Hello. It is I, Lost Wolf. We're gonna play some Ultima 4. Yesterday, we got to, well, a couple of days ago, we got a boat. And the boats allowed us to do some exploring, which we haven't been able to do, which is just, be on the sea and see what's out there. And one of the places that we know about from our travels in Pause. Was Pause? No, it was Trinsic. Someone in Trinsic said, hey, the pirates keep on attacking us there to the east. Can you go and check that out? Well, they didn't say that because this is not that sort of game yet. But they mentioned that the pirates were in the east, and we decided, oh well, let's go look at that because we can now because we have a boat, and so we are currently doing that. Right, we're at the point where we can go into Buccaneer's Den, and we can sort of ask around and see what's going on in Buccaneer's Den, and that's the plan today. There's one other town that we need to go up to that's sort of north of us, and we're going to go and explore there. We found yesterday a dungeon. I don't know if I'm ready to tackle the dungeons yet. I think I want to get all the overland clues first. And then the other thing that I think I might want to do is we want to just go and look around Abyss Island. I guess we'll call it that for the time being. And just see what's there. We know from squinting at the map that there's probably a means of locomotion there that we can steal. But we'll see, maybe we won't even get that far. I don't know, because if there's two villages and there are two sets of questions, that's going to subsume sort of 2 hours. So we'll see how we go. Right, let me do some housekeeping, and then we can start playing, so give me a second here. Housekeeping. Oh. Did I do that? Oh, I did. Oh. For a minute there, I was a little worried that I did it in the wrong place. Okay, let's turn all this off. And then let's do something I forgot to do yesterday, and I'm so sorry. I forgot to open up the lines of conversation so you guys can talk amongst yourselves. And I feel like an idiot. Okay, let me get the game up and going. Is this all okay? It looks like it. Yes, okay. So... Hi. Oh. Oh? Oh, this is just combat. Okay. Let's never do that again. I didn't think it was actually going to be combat. Oh no. Oof, hold on. Sorry. I didn't mean to attack the guards. I meant to talk to the guard. You meet a mean looking guard. Buccaneer's Den. What is your name? I'm Rufus. Tell me about your job. We guard the bridge line. Oh. Interesting. I don't know what that means. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh. He turns away. Oh. Oh. What's it to you, Scumpuppy? Okay, well, sure. Tell me about this guard job that you're doing for the slime. Oh, he's just not going to tell me about the slime, sure. Bye. This guy, oh, this is just, both of them are Rufus. Tell me about this. Talk. You meet an ugly orc. It says, I am Boris. Tell me about your name. Tell me about your job. I smuggle black market items. I smuggle. Okay. And your help. Good and smelly. Okay, so tell me about smuggle. Tell me about. This is gonna be like it's supposed to be one word, but let's try. Oh, item. Oh, okay. Magic keys, magic gems, that sort of thing. Okay, so here's a walking store. We haven't seen this before. So, Boris is the proprietor of the magic keys and gems. Gems, keys. Gems are more important and interesting to us than keys, I think. That's the thing. He is about to ask us a question. We asked him about items. He said magic keys, magic gems, that sort of thing. Dost thou need such an item? We would like to, yes. I'm sort of interested in the cost of gems. They're not too prohibitively expensive, and we can just get a stack. That's the thing I'd like to do. Yes. I just gave the guild shop a new supply. Oh, okay. Oh, oh no. I thought that he was going to actually sell me things. We need to go to the guild shop, I guess. I got all excited there because it's a different sort of store from the stores that we've seen before in this specific game. Okay, cool. I guess we're done. Well, hold on. There's a couple of things in here that we can ask about. Keys. Gems. And then guild. Buy. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's good enough for me. Hello. You meet a towering wizard. He says, I am Igna. Tell me about your name. Tell me about your job. I must warn thee, your interest. Must warn thee. And your home. Adequate. And warn. Warn. Those that step into those woods. Those that. Oh, just step. Sorry, I was misreading that entirely. To step into those woods. All seal thy doom. Okay, I guess we should do that, but after we've saved. So, woods and doom. Doom. In there lies the dark side. A dark side, enter not. In there lies the dark side, enter not. Okay. Shalt thou go on? We're going to, yes. You say, evil shall consume thee. Okay, that's pretty ominous. Tell me about dark and evil. Okay. Why? You meet a plump merchant. What's your name? His name is Marcel. Tell me about your job. I sell wine. Oh, you know what? This might be the guy. I don't think it's the guy that we need rum from, but there's a guy that we do need to buy rum from at some point. Tell me about your wine. Wine. I have some good vintages. Tell me about your vintages. I own my own vineyards. They are on an isle northeast of here. Yeah. Dost thou like wine? I do not. I don't like any kind of alcohol at all, so if we're going to be honest, I'm going to say no. I wonder if for the sake of this conversation we shouldn't say yes, though. But in reality, alcohol and I have never been great friends, so I'll say no. Let's just be honest. No. I'm going to come back around to this conversation and say yes just to see what he does. Don't know what I'm missing. Oh. Missing. I do know. I'll ask him this question again. Vintage. Yes. Then join me in a glass. Okay, so let's ask about glass. Oh, okay. Well, alright, sure. Bye. Let's talk to these people first before we go into the actual woods over here that we're being warned about. That sort of makes sense. Oh, this is kind of not good. Oof. That was very close. I mean, we kind of have to go into the woods if we want to get into here. Oh, interesting. We can't get in there. I guess the thing that we need to see is north here. So, alright, now I'm just going to ignore it. Arms. Oh, there's the guild store. Okay, sure. Got it. Talk to this guy. You meet a tall, muscular, impressive god. Okay. He says, I am Rankwith. Okay, what is your job? I'm a god. And you're very hungry. What are you guarding? I guard the city. Which city? Oh, okay. Good. It's interesting that Rank West specifically has a name. You meet a tall pirate with a green beard. No. He says, I am Greenbeard. Sure. Tell me want your job. I'm buying armor for my crew. And your help. Jolly good, mate. What about armor? Armor. I hope to get some magical plate. Well, then be prepared for it to be very expensive. Dost thou know thou where to buy mystic armor? No, we do not yet. No. Wish I did. Okay. So he said another thing he was talking about his crew. Magical plate. And mystic. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. We did actually ask that. We still don't know, sorry. Sure. Let's say buy. Let's go down here, because we did not go here. Oh, this is Captain Black Tavern. Okay. He says, I am Silver John. Yeah. And your job? I'm a pirate matey. Tell me what your help. Good enough, eh? Pirate. We raid the coasts of Britannia. Fun, eh? Not really. Like, you could be doing anything else. Art thou a pirate? No. We're not. No. No. He says, thou had best leave this place. Oh, man. Place. Or there's any trouble. Okay. He said matey? Yeah? No, okay. Coasts? Britannia. I'll be asked about pirate. Trouble. Okay. Well, that didn't really help. He says, I am Sailor. Are you Sailor Moon? I'm so sorry. Name. Job. I am a sailor. And your help. Salty. He says, oh, a sailor's life is a life for me. Which is the beginning of an old sea shanty. But this one just ends dead. He doesn't actually go any further. I don't know if it expects me to say the next line or the next sentence. Let me just see if I... Oh, yeah, we wouldn't actually be able to do the next line. This is called the Sailor's Hornpipe, the Corpus Race. Oh, it must be 2 songs. I don't know why it's joined that way. Yeah, I don't know why it's joined that way. It's "Oh, a sailor's life is life for me, how I love to sail o'er the bounding sea." And we can't say that next line. There's just not enough space in the text line. So it's not expecting that. Okay. But yeah, there's immediately a line after that. Okay. Did he say anything else interesting? No, he did not. Okay, so we can get out of here. Oh, he's also a sailor. Sure. This guy's not a sailor? He says, "I'm Ragnar." Are you sure? Yes, you're just Ragnar. Tell me what's your job. I travel. Tell me about your health. Yes, okay. Tell me about traveling. The lands of Buccaneer. He's gonna ask us a question. Art thou here? Looking for information. And again, we don't know what to say to this guy. There's probably a question that we need to ask him, but we don't know what it is. We're gonna say yes. On what? Okay. Well, we're going to try and ask him our usual ritual of questions, which is, does he know about the virtues? Does he know about the principles? Does he know about the codex? Does he know about the act? So there's probably a very specific question we need to ask Ragnar. I'm going to add him into connections. So like with some of the other people that we know, there's just a thing that he will respond to. We did travel, and then we got this. And we need to make a note. He expects... Yeah, okay. So there's nothing, I think, we can do with him right now. And this is I am Dansek. Dansek. What's your name? Oh, what's your job? I'm a tinker by trade. Tell me about your health. Really good, thanks. Tell me about tinker. I create projectile machinery. Tell me about your trade. Okay, tell me about projectile. Tell me about machinery. Primarily ship cannons. And he's going to ask us a question. Now, if this were any other game and it were further along, this would be the guy you'd come to upgrade your ship. But we're not playing a game like that, so this is just not what we're here for. So let's see what they're about to say to us. Dost thou ownership? Yes. Technically, we beat some people up to get the ship, but sure, yes. Good odds I built the cannon. This implies a couple of things about this world. The world is so small that there's like a handful of people who understand the science of ballistics and projectiles, and he's one of the few people who do. And so because he's one of the few people who do, he just bolt every cannon on every ship ever made, or just about every cannon on every ship, which is kind of wild, because as we've seen, Britannia is pretty large, really, and I think that the distances, like in game terms, they're not very long. But since there's no like roads or anything, which seems crazy to me, by the way. We played 5 of these games now, and in none of these games have we seen roads and, you know, places that connect up. I think that does get fixed in Ultima 7. I don't know if it gets fixed as early as Ultima 6, but there's definitely like roads in places. I don't know if there's roads connecting places together in Ultima 7. And so it's wild to me that this place is so small that they have just like a handful of people who can do a specific job, do it well enough to be the only person doing that job. And yet the world feels so very big, and it's so difficult to travel in, right? So it's this like dichotomy of two ends of the same spectrum. It's a very weird setup. Ship. Captain. Oh, okay. Bye. Okay. The captain says, "Welcome to Captain Black Tavern." The captain says, "What'll it be? Food oil." Our specialty is dog meat pie. I don't want any of that. You see, mate. Yeah, I am not eating dog. Okay, this is just rank breath again. And rank breath again. Okay, let's super quickly get out of here, save, and see what's in the woods before we go to the stores. Oh, well, so far I just see nothing. Okay, well he was kidding then, I guess. You meet a big fat tall name. I am Brigand. Tell me what you do. Oh, wow. Brigand says, "On guard, fool." Okay. I think that because we're fighting Brigand. Oh no, what is this nonsense? I keep missing, which worries me a little bit. Slightly wounded. Oh, okay, there we go. It's a phantom. Okay. This is... just a second. This is not actually listed. I'm sure I'm right. This is not actually listed in the encounter table. Oh, it is. It's evil. Okay. It's a mimic, I guess. Okay. Well, we're gonna have guards now, like, attacking me. As if so. Oh, Jesus. Hi. Oh. Interesting. There's a whole back half of... oh, these are guards. Okay, bye. Let me get out of here. Talk. You meet a mage dressed all in black. Okay. Hello, Mage, all dressed in black. Where's Buccaneer's den? Alright, tell me about your... Oh, began... I should make a note here that we tried asking Brigant about anything. And Brigant killed us. Or tried to. Which is not a normal thing to have happen in a town, so... What's your name? I'm Starlight. Tell me about your job. I use black magic. Tell me about your help. Dark indeed. Tell me about magic. I cast powerful magic missile spells. Those aren't really powerful. And in fact, when you read the manual, as you'll recall when we did at the beginning of the game, it turns out that the manual doesn't think that magic missiles worth very much. So I think this guy is putting on airs and graces. Okay, so he says, we asked about magic. He says, I cast powerful magic missiles. I cast powerful magic missile spells. We have had much more joy using Fireball, because Fireball does more damage than magic missile. Dust out. We'll say yes, because we have actually used them in the past. I mean, that's honest, we have done so, yes. He says, thou should try my mix of reagents. Thou should try... Okay, so... powerful. We've asked him about magic, because that's how we got there. Okay. Mix. Okay. So he says, try 1 black pearl and 1 part sulfurous ash. Try 1 black pearl and 1 part sulfurous ash. Now if you go and look at the, and I'm gonna just bring this up because it is sort of exactly what it is in the spell list. So if we go look at the spell list, we go and look at magic missile here, it is just sulfurous ash and black pearl, and the manual gave this to us. We didn't have to work for it. So he's claiming that his reagents are better at making better magic missiles, but they're really not. And because we got this is part of the book of spells that we got, it's implied in the manual that this is common knowledge amongst magic users. So I think this guy is just doing what we said. He's putting on like airs and graces. So, you know, cool, he knows how to cast magic missiles. I was hoping that he would give us something more interesting in terms of a more powerful magic missile, but this game just isn't that advanced yet to come up with magic missile stage 1, magic missile stage 2. So, sure, okay, fine. We angered the guards, and I don't really know how we get out of this predicament, because they are in the forest, and that's kind of not helpful. Hi. You meet a cowering man. Okay. While we're not being attacked by the guards, I guess, let's talk to this cowering man. Name? They are Snufflet. Snufflet, tell me about your job. I am hiding. Okay, and your help. okay for now. Snufflet, what did you do? Well, okay. That is the one thing that I thought that he could tell us about, but he won't. Oh, hi. And also bye. I'm gonna try a super dumb thing. We're not what I would call especially very powerful, because we don't have any gear, really. We've got the stuff that we started the game with. And we got a little bit of extra strength from leveling up a couple of times. But I want to see if we can take on castle guards and things at this point. This is probably going to dock us avatar points, because we shouldn't really be doing this, but okay. You know, these people are minding their business. And here we are, just, you know, slaughtering their town guards. I don't think that this is tenable. Like, I think what we have to actually do is we have to leave the town and come back in. I don't know if the game spawns in endless guards. We haven't figured that out yet. But we might have to figure that out at some point. Okay. I'm gonna try and camp again and just see if we land anywhere decent, but I doubt it. No. Okay. Sure. Now everyone's neutral again. It's fine. So, what we did was we went here, and what sort of worries me about this is that this guy's going to be here all the time. And I think that there's a specific thing we need to ask them, but we need to get there. And so I don't know if what we need to do is just the second we ask him a question and he initiates combat, we just bail out of the game and then come back in. Because some of the problem here is that I don't know if there's anything we can ask him. It may be that past the second question, because I asked him his job and he attacked us. It may be past the second question he just attacked us. So let's just do some science talk. What is your job? Do you just attack me? Oh, Basil. Okay. So I'm gonna add this in because we didn't know this before. Below job. Job. Oh, Basil. And your health. So I'm expecting here that he's going to attack us. It turns away. Well, that's a little better than us dying. Help. Shove it. Did thou hear me? He said, shove it. And we're going to say yes because we did. Then do it. I think that with Buccaneer in particular, again, there's just a thing that we need to know. And we don't. So one thing that I do want to kind of do, I want to go through this set of bushes with a kind of fine-tooth comb and just see if we're missing any one or anything. Hi? You meet a coming man. Another one? Is this just Snufflet again? Name? Oh, it is just Snufflet. He's moved. You know what we didn't ask? Let's talk about Kawa. Oh, okay. I was hoping that would lead somewhere, but it didn't. Okay. We knew that that was the terminal point there. Okay, so there's nothing there. Let's go this way and just see if there's anything specific that we need to be aware of here. Because we didn't actually look at all of the woods here. I guess that what he was talking about was he was talking about Brigand. And that we might run into them and that they might be trouble. Okay, yeah, there's just nothing in the woods. Okay. There is somewhere over here. I'm pretty sure of it. A secret room. Huh. Maybe I'm just wrong. Because this room is... There's something in here. But this area is just closed off to us. Okay. So, there's an armor store here. Oh my god. Come this way. Have we talked to this guy? Oh, we have not. You meet a sneaky thief. Name. Solok. Jeremy James Solok. Okay. What is your job? At thy service. Like, I think what it's trying to do is it's trying to introduce itself in one big blob. But because of the limited amount of screen space that they have, they couldn't do the whole thing as Jeremy James Sherlock at thy service. So I had to split it up between name and job. Very well. Okay. How about information? Sure. Dost thou seek a special dungeon? So, because we've already saved outside the town, and because there wasn't much to show for saving outside the town, we eventually went to the forest, we found Brigand. They beat us up, or we beat them up, we beat a guard up, we got out of dodge. Because of that, I think it's safe for us to say yes, we do, and then to ask about the start specifically so that we can see if it gives us accurate information, because we know where the start is. We don't know where any of the other dungeons are. So maybe he gives us a veiled clue as to where to find the dungeons, and maybe this is worth pursuing just for the sake of science. So yes. Which? We're going to start with the start, because we know where the start is, and so we can, based on the information he gives us, tell us whether or not he's lying or not. Really? Did I spell it correctly? Yeah, I spelled it correctly. It is D-E-S-T-A-R-D. Okay. So, I think he's going to give us very specific information about very specific dungeons. Like if we asked him about the spies, we don't know where the spies is, But we know that it exists. Yeah, okay. We need to know a very specific dungeon that he needs to tell us about. So let's just make a note here. It could be that he's wanting us to ask him about the abyss. So I'm going to just add him to connections. And we asked about those. Okay. Welcome, friend. Hook and arms. This is Hook. Okay, so let me get somewhere where I know that there's stuff to buy. Because we need a proprietor. Button piece. So this is a arm shop. It is Hook. Hook is not blind. So Hook says we're going to buy. They have crossbows. Which I think we've seen the price of before. Playing oils. They have magic bows, which we haven't seen the price of before. The magic wands, which we are interested in specifically because we've never had an upgrade to our specific. We've just been using the staff all the time, and so I don't know if there's a qualitative upgrade in damage between the magic staff and the magic. Sorry, not the magic staff. The staff and the magic wand. And I think what I'm just gonna do. This is gonna be incredibly cheaty. I'm just gonna look up the values. Sorry. In Ultima 4, a magic wand has a damage rating of 160 and could be used by bards, druids, and mages. So, sure. And so, damage rating of 160 is fairly high. Let's just see what the value of a staff is. I'm sure it's much less. It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say. It's the weakest weapon available, but still available in common use among mages of all sorts. So in Ultima Staff, in Ultima 6, that's not helpful. Okay, So it is the weakest weapon. So I think that we're just going to try and upgrade to the magic wand, and we'll see how that goes. We'll keep the stuff. We won't sell the stuff because it could just be that the magic wand is only useful at range, and we can't use it close up. It will probably not do anything. So let's just ask about the price of everything. So crossbows are 600 GP. Flaming oil, I'd like none. Yes. Flaming oils are 5 GP each. Dan Van says, Wablab! Hello, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us today. As you can see, we're playing some Ultima 4, which is going very slowly. I'm making notes and keeping track of everything, and it's been very relaxing, really. There are issues with Ultima 4. It's an old game, but by and large, this has been a very, very chill and relaxing RPG to just hang out with and play. And I can heartily recommend it. I still think we've played 28 hours of Ultima 4 at this point. I still think that Ultima 3 is a slightly better game as a game, because Ultima 3 is very concise. Ultima 4 sprawls a bit too much for my liking. But I think that as a concept, Ultima 4 beats anything that we've played hands down in the early bucket of RPGs by a long margin, just because of its setup. I don't think its setup is handled super well, but it's 1985, so I can sort of understand that. I would like none. Yes. We'd like to know about the price of magic bows. That's N, right? Yes. 2000 GP. And now I'm probably going to make myself poor. None. Yes. Tell me about a magic wand. Oh. Yeah, 5000 GP. That's exorbitant. Do I do that? I don't think money is a problem in this game, really. We can trip over money by just killing things. So I think we'll just buy one. This magic wand casts mighty blue bolts to strike down knife foes. 5000 GP. How many would I like? I'd like one. Also notice that in this game, because I think the money cap, we'll discover at some point, the money cap is 9999. You can only really buy one of these at any given time on any given character. You can't buy more than one. So, sure, let's get one. A fine choice. No, I'm good. Looks says fairly well. Okay, so now that we're poor, what's probably going to happen here is we're not going to be able to know what these things cost. Oh, cloth, leather, and chainmail. We know all the prices of those. So I am just going to copy this. We're just going to put it over here. This guy's name is B. Cloth, leather, and chain. Cloth is 50, but we know that already. And leather, and I think leather is like 100, and chain is 600. It's something like that. I'd like none. No. Why did I bail out of that? Buy? Oh, because I wanted to know his name. That's right. Leather is. I was right. This is 200. And then I think I'd like none. Yes. And I think the chainmail is 600. Yes. I was remembering correctly. I want his name, so I want none. No. It's Lumpy. Lumpy. And Lumpy is not blind, so it's fine. Okay, so the other thing that we want to do is we want to go here. Oh. There's a guild shop here. There's a guy in the guild shop. Let's talk to them. They are Sly Sam. What is your name? It's just Sly Sam, right? What is your job? What's it to be? Yeah, I guess we need to know about what he wants, so I don't think we get anything out of him. Bye. This guy needs to come here. Oh, I see, matey. Sure, he wishes to buy from old One-Eyed Willie. One-Eyed Willie says, "Welcome to Pirates Guild. Like to see my goods? Yes, please." So the proprietor's name is awkwardly One-Eyed Willie. Is that? Yes, okay. So he's gonna just sell gems and keys, maybe. So like in some of the other guild shops throughout Ultima's history, they've sold things like torches and stuff. So maybe we'll see other stuff like that. But I think that we're just here for the gems and keys. So yes, I'd like to see your yeah, there you go. See, torches. So he also sells torches. So let's just get an extra space here. And so we're gonna add torches. So what does sort of suck about this whole setup is that, like with most of the other Ultima games that we played, in Ultima 3 there really only was one place to find gems, and this is the place. Same thing in Ultima 4, obviously. So let's ask about torches. Torches are 50 GP, that's quite steep. And all the other games are much cheaper than that, but we're going to rely on our light spell anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Tell me about, I want none. No. See you, matey. Yes, I want to know about gems. I got magical mapping gems, 5 for only 60 GP. So that makes them 12 per gem. That's very wonky. 5 for only 60 GP. 5 for 60 GP. So if we wanted 99, we'd have to take 12 times 99 to get to a price. So it's 12 times 99. And that is this times E103, and it's 1188. We're just not going to make it. We would need like 1,200. We're not gonna buy it because I want to get all 99. I think 99 will be overkill because we won't need as many as that. We will probably need maybe 10 in total, 1 for each dungeon, 1 for the abyss, and then like 1 just so that we can see the overland at some point. But I think it's worth doing, so I think that we're just gonna sit in this. No. Okay. Tell me about keys. Yes. Tell me about keys. Magical keys, one use each, a fair price at 60 GP per 6. So they're 10 per. So again, if we do 10 times 99, 10 times 99, and we just copy this formula, it costs 990. I think that's reasonable. What we'll do after the break, we won't do it quite now. After the break, we'll just go, because we can just go west. And once we go west, we'll just stop off at Britannia, and we'll kill people until we got like 2,500 gold. And we'll come back and we'll get all the gems and the keys that we ever need, and then we'll be done. So, sure. Okay. Let me take us on a 10-minute break. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Okay, I am back. So, as I say, what I think that it makes sense to do is, I think it makes sense. I want none. What it makes sense to do is to get out of here. We're never going to buy torches. Torches are not useful to us. We're going to get in a boat. We're going to go to the east, to the west. We're going to be careful of this patch of sick here. Where can I park the boat? You know what we should maybe do? Well, I think it makes sense to be here because we're close to... We're just gonna walk around really in circles. It makes sense to be close to Buccaneer's Den, so we can just go back to the east and, you know, buy the things that we need to buy. I don't want these guys coming close to me. Oh, you know what we didn't do? The reason I don't want them close to me specifically is because they will steal my gold. And the whole point is to... Ready weapon? We want the wand. Oh. There we go. That's infinitely better. Okay, so now we can shoot at range, which is actually great. That is a huge upgrade for our guy. This is less good though, because this guy's going to steal my money, isn't he? Oh well, it's fine. I think 2,500 is a reasonable buffer, because that way, if we need to buy food, and we're slowly but surely getting to a point where that may be a necessity, we can do it without stressing about it. Because we don't need a lot of food, we just need enough to get us, you know, moving again. We are gonna lose out on, yeah, we lost out on that guy. That's okay. It'll dock us 1 point and then we'll get the point back. I want to stay sort of in view of the ship. Oh. Oh no. This might be very bad. Please wake up, guy. Thank you. Try it again. The whole point had been to sleep. Sure, I'll take it. Oh. See, that's a good simple combat. More of that, please. I'm gonna sleep. Sure. Oh, I thought I saw a guy at the corner of my eye on the left-hand side, southwest of us. He might still be there. Yeah, he is. I'm surprised we got sleep there. Oh. We walked. Oh, it wasn't walking. It was the chest that gave us poison. With the wand, this is going so much faster. I mean, not just because it's range, but because the weapon is just infinitely better. I didn't know if I was going to be able to kill him in time, which is why I fireballed him. Okay, we can't actually kill this guy. Ready our staff, because that's a little bit weaker. Oh, we killed him anyway. Ready our wand. Man, I did not want to do that. Okay. Oh, I was hoping I could just attack at range, but I guess I can't. Heal me? Our priority, I think, is going to be gems. There's a bit of science I want to do with keys. Because we come across like a locked door that I think it would be interesting to go into. And that was in What was the name of the city? Oh, I don't think I should shoot this guy. He's too near. He's going to just run away. The City of Love. I'll look it up in a second. Actually, we didn't label it as the City of Love, so it's going to be very difficult to tell where it is. Okay, let's board our ship. Let's get to the last island on the chain here, which is the Swan, and then let's go east. And that should take us directly to... Yeah, okay. Exit and open. Oh my god. Yes, I want... Gems are the most expensive thing, so I want... He's gonna give me 5 or 60. So I need to ask him for... This is such a weird number. Because if we ask him for too many, he's gonna give us 100. And 100 is not helpful. So it needs to be 95. So it is 19. Yes. Oh. Are you serious? This is tedious. Sure. So what he wants me to do is he wants me to buy them in lots of 5. Yes. Yes. Gems. Yes. Yes. Gems. Yes. Yes. Gems. Yes. It's weird how every shop interface is different, right? This one is different again from like the regular shop interfaces where they say how many do you want, you can get that. This is about the same, I guess, as the food interface, except that the food interface lets you say how many you want. So it's wonky. But I've talked about this at length a little bit in the last stream. The right and the left hand in Ultima 4 don't know what they're doing. The programmers don't read the notes that the designers set up. And the designers don't always tell the programmers what their intent is. So when they sit down to do something like the implementation of Serpent's Hold, some of the implementers, the people who are programming the game, called it Serpent's Castle. And the design notes probably all said Serpent's Hold. So, you know, we have this sort of thing going on all the time. We got 2 torches. I'm not sure where we got them from. Maybe we got them from the start of the game where we started the game and picked them up because that was part of our starter kit. But I don't know about these torches. I've never bought them before, so sure. Yes, see more. I want keys. Yes. This is going to be a wonky number again. I'm just going to watch it go up. Okay, and that's the point where we need to stop. So what we really want to do is we want to burn 1 gem so we can get up to 99. The problem is that we don't have a way of burning 1 gem because we don't have the pierce spell or the view spell, because the view spell requires a thing that we don't actually have on hand, which is Mandrake and Nightshade, right? So we don't have any of those things, because if we look at the spreadsheet, wrong thing, spreadsheet, and we go specifically now to the spells reference here, we can see that there's a view spell here, and it needs just both Nightshade and Mandrake Root. It also needs a gem, because, you know, that's part of usually how this happens. Is it not? Huh. Oh, I maybe didn't take a note of this. But you need a gem, so every time you use the view spell, you also consume a gem. So, this is just not a thing that we can pursue. No. I'm gonna get us out of Buccaneer's Den, because we've done everything that we needed to do here. There's some loose ends that we can't actually deal with. But everything else is dealt with that we can deal with. I don't want to run into... oh god. I don't really want to run into any of the sea serpents. And so we're going to board. Now, there's another spot that I want to just visit that we could always go visit, which is due north of us. I believe it's due north. Hold on. Let me check the map. You can't see it, but I've opened the map. Oh yeah, it is just directly north of us. Now we can't, for whatever reason, board this water to get... oh god. We are gonna die here. That's very frustrating. I should have saved the second after we'd bought all the keys and everything. The last save... actually, I should just take us to the last save game we have, which is just before we had 2,500 gold. Wow. Because finding a ship is just... it is sheer torture. Yeah. We need to get off of here. Excellent. Yeah, okay. Board. Let's get out of there. Oh god. Die. Die. Unfortunately now this guy's not going to drop a chest, because we made the mistake of fighting him on the sea. Let's go and get our items again. I should have just immediately saved right after we picked up everything that we needed. That was exactly on me. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's go up here. And now I have to do that key tapping all over again. Yes. Okay, I want magic gem, so it's buy, yes, buy, yes, buy, yes, yes, buy, yes, yes. Okay, now we need magic keys. Okay, we want a, we want none. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm bored. Let's save. We don't have to do that garbage again. So what I was gonna say was, over here, there's a spot which you can't go into. This is not water we can ford. So we're just gonna get out of here. But this is not actually where I want to be. I just wanted to show that off very quickly. Oh god, don't come near me. Thank you. So you're gonna follow. I just want to see if I'm correct. Can we just follow this? We cannot. We gotta go due east. Yeah, we gotta go due east. Oh, sorry. Apologies. And then we need to keep going. Now we can follow the coastline. And as long as we follow the coastline over here, I think it's over here. I'll check in a second. Oh, look at you being evil and thwarting my protections. Please join me in banning this person or blocking them and reporting them, because they are evil and should not exist. So I'm going to ban and block them and then report them. And I'm going to have to make a note of what they did to get through the spam protection. Scam. Right, so done. Okay. Let me have a look here. Oh, it's just I need to go further. Need to go further east, and then there's like a little spot in here that we cannot go into. That is east here, and then there's another patch of land here, and we're just gonna go to there. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay, so this is Vesper. There is a thing that we need to do in Vesper. So let's make a spreadsheet sheet, and that should be Vesper. And in Vesper, Vesper's a not in spot. Let's go get Buccaneers Den stuff, because we want this, and then we're going to just pop it at the top. And let's walk around and talk to people. Before I do that though, I want to go to the top of our connection spreadsheet, and I want to find people in Vesper. Okay, we are looking for an Axonale. Again, they want us to ask about Nightshade. I don't think this is gonna work, but we'll try it. And that is it. So we're looking for the Axonale. So, tell me your name. It says I am a god. Okay. Name. Job. Ugh, me tough. Okay. Health. Ugh, me tough. Okay. Tough. Oh. Well. You meet a Hulk name. It says I'm a god. Job. Okay. That's gonna result in the same conversation. Jesus, I am Shazbot. I wonder if there is a robot now on the internet, an AI or whatever called Shazbot. Okay. How interested his name? What's your job? Thou thinks I'm funny. They're going to ask us a question. Don't thou? Sure, I think you're funny. Oh, I spelled thou as though. Now I spelled it as toe. Oh, goodness. Today is not a good typing day. We'll say yes. Well, good. I try to be. Tell me about your health. I've got a slight tickle. Okay, so funny. Funny. I dare thee to ask me about Nate the Snake. I dare thee to ask me about Nate the Snake. We know about Nate the Snake. Nate the Snake was in Magentia, and before you killed Nate the Snake, you needed to ask him about the rune and the I think it was the rune and the shrine, and so I guess we need to ask them about them. There. Okay. So, Nate says, well, it's a long story, and we haven't the time. Let's ask about the snake. Sure. Efremi says, hello, is that Chuckles? No, Chuckles is... We met them. Chuckles is all the way over in Castle Britannia. We're currently in Vesper. Chuckles hasn't done anything for us, but apparently there's a thing that I guess we should eventually ask them that will help us. I just don't know what the thing is, which is why I haven't actually gotten anything out of Chuckles yet. So... Oh, story. Oh, I thought they were actually going to tell us the story, so okay, they're not going to help us. Vesper. You meet a tall mage, he says, I am Twin Gates. I wonder if this is Bull Gates in disguise. So I'm going to assume that the guy on the left and the guy on the right are both going to be Twin Gates. Name? Job. We welcome thee to Vesper. We welcome thee to Vesper. Just a second before we have this conversation. Okay, so Vesper is not part of the 8 towns with a mantra and a virtue associated with it. So this is just for information. And probably literally so. Vesper? Sure. We welcome you to Vesper. Tell me about your health. Well, tell me about welcome. Welcome unto Vesper. Tell me about Vesper. Yes, Vesper is a fair village. Yes, Vesper is a fair village. Hast thou come a long way? Technically, yes. We came over the sea from Buccaneer's Den, so I'm gonna say yes. And in truth, like, if they're asking, because it could be a metaphysical question too, right? There's already, we've seen people are talking about the stranger because we've had a guy who said, oh, we know about you, you came through a portal, is that true? We said yes. So it can be metaphorically correct. We have come a long way. We said yes. He said, we are honored by the visit. We are honored of one of the visit. Oh, sorry. We are honored by the visit of one on the quest. Okay. Quest. Interesting. I would have thought the quest would lead somewhere. Tell me about village. I don't think there's anything else in that sentence that we can directly ask them about, so I'm not going to stress about it. Okay, so... Bye. Yeah, okay, the same conversation. So I'm not going to follow this up. We're going to go to the right and then just see what there is to see here. You meet a slender youth. He says, I am Flatbush. I am an apprentice mage. Tell me about your health. I am very powerful. Okay, so apprentice. Okay, and mage. I am the calumny's favorite. I wonder... he lives in you. He does? I don't think we came across a person called Calumny in you. I mean, it could just be like an honorific. But I don't remember coming across... Yeah. There's no, like, calumny here. So I think he's referring to someone here who is in you. I'm just looking through my notes for you. We didn't really come across anyone who is doing magic in you. So maybe we just missed out on something here. It's completely possible that we did. It's possible that we did. Maybe I forgot to keep going in you and to ask the rest of the people, because that's very near the beginning of the game. So our notes for Moonglow are bad and we need to fix them. Our notes for Castle Britain are somewhat bad. Our notes for Britain are bad. And our notes for you are starting to be tolerable, but we may not have asked everyone everything. So we might have to go to those 4 spots again at some point. Maybe that's tomorrow's stream, is just to walk around you, the beginning areas of the game one more time, and to ask questions succinctly and correctly of people. So, okay. Tell me about... Oh. That's not been to you. That's all been to you. Yes, we have. Yes. Calumny knows the quickness spell. This makes me think that we didn't find Calumny, because we have the quickness spell as part of our spell list. And we've cast it once and decided that it wasn't for us, right? But we didn't get that from anyone. we got that from the manual. So I don't think he's going to tell us anything new or exciting about the quickness spell. But it might be worth just speaking to him, just so that we can get this information out of him and have it be part of our notes. So, alright, let's do you. Yeah, because he phrases it as I am the calumny, so it must be an honorific in this case. So you and quickness and spell. Okay, bye. We're just gonna go around the outskirts and talk to all the people that we can talk to. Name? Job. Meetup. Yeah, sure. And then we'll go inward afterwards and just see what there is to see. There's no one there. You meet a Solomon Ranger. Name? They're Randall. Tell me about your job. I teach at the shrines. I teach all the shrines. Okay, and your health? I am well. Okay, so tell me about teach and shrines. One must visit each shrine for 1, 2, and 3 cycles each, for their paths to be clear. Must visit each shrine for 1, 2, and 3 cycles each, for thy paths to be clear. Now, we've never done that, right? We got a mantra, we sat down, we did the mantra, we got it over with. But we do need to do some science and see what happens when you do 1 and 2 and 3, because the game frames these rests as meditations. So, assuming we go for 1 rest, maybe the meditation gives us clarity and allows us to know something about the path that we're on. So maybe that's the thing that we need to pursue. We have never tried it, so we should actually attempt that. Dost thou visit them often? No, because we don't really know the shrine mantras yet. Now, I don't think that you can visit a shrine without a mantra. Now, we do know some of the mantras for some of the shrines, but we just haven't been that interested in pursuing the shrines quite yet. So I think that we have to be somewhat honest and say that we did in the beginning of the game, but we didn't later on. So we're going to say sort of no, but we're going to have to also say yes at some point. So I'm going to say no, because we haven't really yet. That's the truth then. No? And then we'll just come back around and we'll ask this question again and get the yes answer. Make that the first goal along with thy path to avatarhood. Make that the first pass. The first goal along thy path to avatarhood. Okay. I'm gonna just re-ask this question and we're gonna say yes. Oh, he says very good. Okay, sure. Okay. Cycle pass there. Okay. We never went in here. Okay, so there's an arms shop. There's the Axe and Ale. And here's the sleeping quarters. So tomorrow, when I see you, there's two things I want us to do. The one thing I want us to do is I want us to finish off being in Vesper and asking around in Vesper. Due north of us, there's two mountains, and I want to go check the mountains around the mountains because I don't know, but we've got to check every spot with mountains in them because somewhere in there's a nook, and in a nook there's supposed to be a rune, and so I'd like to collect them if I can. So we're gonna try that. But that's all for tomorrow. We're done for today. So let me get us out of here and show you the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet didn't really gain too much new to it. We finished off as we started out trying to get information in Buccaneer's Den, and we learned that Buccaneer's Den had a couple of shops, and that was pretty good. And then we just went into Vesper, and we got about halfway through Vesper, and we should keep going here because there's stuff to make and do in Vesper. The other thing that I sort of did while we were there was we connected up. Well, we didn't connect up anything, but in Serpent's Castle specifically and Buccaneer's Den, or particularly Buccaneer's Den, we got these two open questions that we need to go back and ask. We don't know what we have to ask, but we do need to do that at some point. That's about it for the spreadsheet. I need to, while we're here and while I'm thinking about this, I need to add, let's just do it while I'm thinking about it. I need to add, Vesper to our list of places on the map, because I have not done that yet. I've been a little bit remiss about doing that, so shapes. We want a rectangle. We want the rectangle to be full. And we want it to be black. That's awfully close to the top. It's awfully close to the bottom. We want this to be size 8. BSP. Oh, I worry. Yeah, I do worry about that. I think it's a little bit better if it's like this. There we go, done. And now we got Vespa tucked into this map. Yeah, okay. There's a little island in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, we're gonna, tomorrow, the first thing that we're gonna do once we're finished talking to the people in Vespa, I don't want to walk up here and I want to search around these mountains over here, because it said that somewhere in the nook of a mountain there is a very possibly a rune, maybe. The other thing we need to go is we need to go in here, but this is just a dungeon. But I do want to get that dungeon mapped in, and then, like, since we're so close, we may as well just check this area as well. So that's all part of what I want to do tomorrow. Alright, let me get us out of here. There we go. Thank you for being with me today. I appreciate it so much. I will see you all soon. Sort of same time, sort of same place. Please have a wonderful evening and please stay safe. I have one, before I forget about it, I have one very mild announcement. If you've been watching it like the highlights because you want to catch up on the stream, just know that I've started to export the highlights for Ultima 4 specifically up to YouTube. So as soon as this playthrough is done, the first thing that's going to happen is this entire playlist is going to vanish. But once it vanishes, I will make a point of starting to guide you towards the YouTube channel where you can watch the backup broadcasts, because of the way Twitch is working with specifically highlights now. But I will make a specific point of going out of my way of mentioning it at the end of every game and at the beginning of each next game. But I'll also try and drop notes in the stream chat so you can know where to go for the highlights, because they'll live on YouTube from this point onwards. Anyway, again, as I said, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful evening. Please stay safe and good night for now.